Welcome back to our 100% playthrough of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. In this episode, we will be finishing up our exploration of Riverwood, as well as tackling the first official dungeon, Bleakfalls Barrow, seen up there on the cliffside. Now, we had an error with the recording just a few moments ago, and lost the footage of the start of the quest, but this quest involves a love triangle between Faendal and Sven the Bard. Faendal can be seen helping out at the lumber mill, and
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose.
when spoken to,
village.
he will give you a letter to make Sven look bad in the eyes of Camilla. When you go to check on Sven, who is here in the River Sleeping Giant Inn, and inform him about the letter, he will give you one of his own to make Faendal look bad in the eyes of Camilla.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorik's stead.
What we have been able to discover about both so far is Faendal helps out around the lumber mill with Girder, and Sven is a quite timid person who, when told about the dragons, immediately wants you informing the Jarl, and also lets us know that he did not believe his mother and all of her wild stories about dragons. So we have a choice to make, and whichever person you choose to make look good in the eyes of Camilla is going to be the one we gain as a follower. Faendal is an archery teacher. Personally, that is going to be, in my opinion, more useful going forward, but you can choose either one you want. Again, we want to pick all of our goodies as we go down the path. Camilla was showing us where Bleakfalls Barrow is, although she kind of wandered off from us. See if we can find her real quick. Get more plants as we see them. And I do not see her. She must have gone back to the Riverwood Trader. Let's go see. Here is another fishing location. This time they do give us a fishing rod. So here is how the fishing mechanic works. Just equip a fishing rod. Get here to one of the locations with fishing supplies. Select, and you'll begin your fishing minigame. And it's very straightforward. When you feel the tug on the line, just press X or the bottom button to reel it in. Just like that. And you can get fish both for food, which is very helpful in survival mode, but you can also get them for your aquarium that you can purchase for certain homes. And just to show again, when we have that big tug on the line, those are just little nibbles. There it is. Pull it in, and pogfish. And I believe there are other items other than just fish that you can also reel in doing it this way. I've not played around with the mechanic a whole lot. Grab our thistles, and the search for Camilla continues. Let's go check back in the trader. there she is.
Mara bless you for agreeing to help us. You're a strapping young man. Don't be a stranger.
Let's see. So we can frame Faendal, or Sven wanted to trick you into believing this letter was from Faendal. So in this case, we do want Faendal to look good.
What are you talking about?
Here we go.
What's in the letter? Oh my. He wanted me to think Faendal wrote this?
Absolutely.
Thank you for telling me the truth. Could you talk to Faendal as well? I'm sure he'll want to thank you for standing up for him. Good luck. Lucan and I will be waiting for you back in the shop.
Okay. So now if we go
Tell
back
me as soon as you've
to
given
Faendal,
Camilla the letter.
and looks like he came right to us. Hey, buddy.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose.
I don't
For a
think
North village.
Camilla will be spending any more time with
I
Sven.
appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
25 gold. But even better than that, we can now get him as a follower.
Lead the way.
And as a
I've
follower,
got your back.
if we trade
What do you
items
want me
with
to
him,
carry?
we now have access to Faendal's house,
You lead, I'll follow.
which we can use as an early first base to store some of the items we don't want to take on adventure with us. And Faendal's house, if you go in the back section of Riverwood, is right beside Girder's. So Girder's house, if you follow the Stormcloaks, is the one with the cow and the chicken, which sometimes has an egg for us. Take the egg. And Faendal's house is right beside it. Since he is now our follower, we can take and use any of this stuff at our discretion. So we can get some good potions. We have most of these weapons except a hunting bow, I believe is going to be stronger than the one we have. Tons of food if we were playing survival. This would be a lifesaver. All these different meats. There we are. Tons of food. Again, always beware of cheese. They tend to weigh a lot more than most of the other food items in the game. They even give us a cooking pot to make some food. And actually, I think I see right on the mantle here some salt, which we'll need for cooking. Nope, it's troll fat. So back to our cooking pot. Ideally, you want to cook the food, especially if you're playing survival, that weighs the least amount and restores the most amount of food. Ideally, you want to target vegetable soup, which takes a cabbage, potato, leek, and tomato. Another really easy one is potato soup, which only takes a potato and salt. Those two both restore 300. Actually, I can switch to show you. So let me turn survival mode on real quick. There we go. Now, if we were playing survival mode, and we go back to our soups, down to vegetable, you can see that it restores, in that massive line of text at the bottom, 380 points of hunger, only weighs half a pound. Whereas the potato soup also only weighs half a pound, also restores 380 hunger. But it's also only 2 ingredients, potatoes and salt. That's usually my go-to, but I'll make the hot version of it. So instead of regular salt, use fire salts. That way it can help ward off the cold as well. We need to be able to fast travel with what we're doing, so flip survival mode back off. And let's continue to check out our new home. More goodies up top. And of course you can dig through all the drawers. Just make sure nothing is tagged as stolen with red. Is that a skill book? No, it's not. That's not one of our skills in the menu. Table, nothing. Here's us a chest. Now see, gold necklace is tagged as a stolen item, so be careful there. Get ourselves our first soul gem of the playthrough. And pelts if we need leather for any upgrades. So anything we are not wanting to take to Bleakfalls Barrow, let's just dump it in the chest. In this case, we likely won't need to chop any wood while we're there. Let's have one two-handed, which is favorited. One one-handed, and I'm pretty sure the hunting bow, yes, is stronger, so dump the other one. And we surely don't need a fishing rod. Clothes, armor, boots, helmet, so we still need something for our arms. Won't need any of this other stuff. And again, in this playthrough, we don't really need to worry about food, since we're not on survival. And for now, that should be good. That gives us almost 200 pounds we can use. Sleep until early morning, so we don't have to deal with trying to find our way in the dark. And when it gets to the time we want, ideally about 8 AM, you can cancel to stop the wait. So right there, now it should be light out. And we now have the well-rested perk. You can see what is affecting you under your magic tab and active effects. Well-rested gives us 5% faster skill growth for 8 in-game hours. So let's make our way onto Bleakfalls Barrow. Make sure all of our weapons are favorited. Start out with the bow, with our magic at the ready. To quick switch. What does dragon skin do? I'm normally not a Breton. Absorb 50% magic from hostile enemies for 60 seconds. I don't think we'll need it for where we're going yet. So now let's say goodbye to Riverwood for the moment and make our way up the mountain. Grabbing the goodies along the way. We already got the mushrooms. And one secret you can do to move faster if you're not playing survival is once you run out of stamina and there's no enemies around, you can just wait for 1 hour and then your stamina and magic are both replenished. You can keep sprinting. It's one little trick before you have whirlwind sprint you can use to help speed along. Okay, here's some wolves. Do be careful, as they do like to infect you with all sorts of diseases. And Faendal is an absolute demon with his bow. Great to have for backup. So let's make our way up the snowy coast. Out of stamina, wait an hour, and then we can keep sprinting. These little pillars also help mark your direction, so you know you're going the right way. And before you get to Bleakfalls Barrow, you will get to a little mini location here. And watch out because it is flooded with bandits. Some that like to snipe, and some that'll chop you in half if you let them. And we can't get up here. And we're not a very sneaky character. So let's try and get some distance, high ground, and use what few arrows we do have to kick this thing off. Let's hold on to that level up just for one reason real quick. If we do find ourselves in trouble health-wise, we can use it to restore our health if we need it in a pinch. Okay, now we are close quarters, switched our magic, flames and sparks, and light them up. Get the money, and fight our way up. And surprisingly, the person up here is not up here. We are an expert, right? I wonder if they snuck down without us seeing them. What we will do throughout this playthrough is, as we get stronger equipment, and as we get stripped to weaker equipment, we'll adjust the difficulty as we go, up and down, just so that it's always a good challenge, but doesn't have us stuck in our place. So when we end up with our Daedric and Dragon armor, we may have it up to veteran difficulty, or legendary difficulty. Okay, so here is what we saw from down below, Bleakfalls Barrow. But if you think the bandits are done, not just yet. And most of these do like to pelt you with arrows. Best thing to do is to hit them quick before they know what's going on.
It's so much easier to roll when you're dead.
Watching out for the guy with the two-handed. And ideally not falling off a cliff. Back up. If you get in close on the archers here, the only thing they're left with is a little dagger, which makes it much easier. Take all of her stuff. Out of magic, but that's okay, because you are gone. Take all your stuff and his stuff. Now, before we go into Bleakfalls Barrow, let's look at one strategy you can use anytime you have a follower to help make sure you never get over encumbered. So let's get Faendal up here. And let's drop everything that we're not immediately using. So all this extra stuff we picked up from the people we wiped out. Actually, the iron armor is better than what we have. And you can see down below under armor rating, it's in green +4, so these are better than what we have. We don't have any arms on, so that's good. And the iconic, one of the iconic Dragonborn helmets, absolutely. Drop all the others. Notice how much further our carry weight dropped. And what we can do is now grab Faendal. Say we need to do something.
What do you need?
And then select everything so that he
Okay,
picks
got
up
it.
everything we dropped.
Still need me to do something? I've got your back.
Yes.
All right, what is it? What do you need?
Just select
Okay,
everything
got
we
it.
dropped.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Still need me to do something?
When you do it this way, it
heading out?
bypasses the weight capacity that they have,
All right, what is it? What do you need?
so that they can,
Okay,
in
got it.
theory, pick up an infinite amount of items
Okay,
and wait
got it.
for you.
Okay, got it.
The only
Okay,
drawback to doing this is
Okay,
if you
got it.
need to actually give
Okay,
them
got it.
something in
Okay,
their
got it.
inventory, you cannot
Okay,
do
got it.
that when they get maxed out on weight.
Okay,
But you
got
can
it.
always have them pick it up for you,
Okay, got it.
so you can access it as
Anything else?
needed.
Ready
You
to
can
get going?
see this here. I want to trade
What do
some
you want me to
things,
carry?
and there's all the stuff he picked up. He'll automatically use the best armor and weapons that you give him, and as you're dungeon crawling, you can have him pick up literally everything, take it to nearby towns, go into the traders with him, and then just pull immediately from his inventory to sell all the valuables. Perfect way to make sure you never have to worry about weight.
I'll just be here then.
Alright, let's switch back to our bow and go ahead and level up while we're here. Again, everything in magic. And now we have novice destruction. We still cannot dual cast it. So let's go ahead on the side and get our smithing worked up. That way we can constantly have better armor and weapons as we go. Back to the hunting bow, and we are ready to go. Some people may miss this, but if you sneak up on the opening room, you can actually hear a pretty interesting conversation with the bandits. So let's get our sneak on. Grabbing everything as we go. There's a bandit who did not enjoy that run-in with the skeevers.
That dark elf wants to go on ahead, let him. Better than us risking our necks.
What if Arvel doesn't come back? I want my share from that claw.
Just shut it. Keep an eye out for trouble.
So they're talking about someone named Arvin, I believe they said. Apparently he was going to retrieve a claw, or had a claw, and has not come back yet. Let's keep that in the back of our mind for now.
Huh?
And do the only right thing there is to do with bandits. The bow is so much harder to use without the ability to zoom.
Sure have mercy on you!
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Just not very accurate today. Grab all of his stuff. And one more. Goodbye. Nope. Now. There. And now this area is cleared out. If you are on survival mode, there is more places you can sleep. A fire you can warm up at. Since being up on the mountain here, you will be dealing with cold. There's another axe if you didn't grab the one in Riverwood. Let's go ahead and take all the goodies and head on into the tomb. Nope, so back it up this way. There we go. Whatever it is, we're taking it. Because if we get overweight, Faendal will bail us out. Spider webs. either someone hasn't cleaned or that's some foreshadowing on what's ahead. Anything in the urn? Money and a potion. This one? Nothing. And nothing. Not sure where Faendal is, if he got held up somewhere, so let's wait an hour. And if he doesn't show up, we may have accidentally told him to wait, and we need to remind him that he needs to follow us. So let's go back and grab him. Now his stamina, wait an hour. There we go. And yes, we must have told him to wait.
We heading out?
So follow us,
Let's get going.
and let's go. Okay, it looked like we were getting into tighter quarter combat, so let's go ahead and get our magic back. So, sparks to drain their magic and their stamina, flames to light them on fire, so you are unleashing absolute devastation on anything we hit. Out of stamina, wait an hour, and keep running. Dead end up here? Yes. Proceed this way instead. Do we have anything good on the shelf here? Looks like we do have a potion of healing. Garbage, garbage. Nothing in the urn. Continue on. Here's an enemy. Let's creep up and see what's going on. And that is a high-level bandit. He is pulling a lever. Faendal, don't. And was killed for his efforts. So we know what will happen if we pull the lever. We notice here there are 3 switches that you can turn. They are eagle, snake, and fish. And if we look up on the wall, we see snake. There used to be one in the middle, and fish. Let's go ahead and fix those 2. Snake on one end, fish on the other. But what happened to the one in the middle? Well, that one has fallen on the ground, and is right below the spot it came from. So that is going to be snake in the middle. Pull the switch, and we can go on through. In this next room, we have soul gems. Anytime you see a soul gem in one of these little, what do you even call these? One of these little stands. Always grab it as fast as possible. Normally...
You can't win this!
Okay, Faendal. We're exterminating rats here today. Anytime one of these is fixed in the stand, it will more often than not attack you. So grab them as soon as you see them. Urn's empty. Do you mind? Thank you. Over here we have Thief. That says to me it's likely to be a skill book. Now, one thing you can do if you don't want to waste the point early for the skill book, you can actually have your partner pick it up for you and just take it off of his inventory.
I'm right behind you.
And that way you can read it at a later time to get its effect.
Alright, what is it? What do you need? Okay, got it.
You ideally want to have them
Anything else?
gather up all the books, because as you get your skills closer to level 100, they become significantly harder to level up. Minor healing potion, and whatever's in the chest is ours. Proceed on. So we took out 2 skeevers. Go down the windy stairs. And we are seeing a significantly more amount of spire webs now. Let's see what we're getting ourselves into.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Hartnir? Bjorn? Soling? I know I ran ahead with the call, but I need help.
Someone calling for help. Spider webs everywhere. Well, this has trap written all over it. So let's blast our way through the spire webs and get ready for our first mini-boss fight of the dungeon.
Not again! Help! Keep it away from me!
And that is the massive frostbite spire. And they are absolutely weak to fire. We almost took it out in one go. Keep the pressure on as Faendal's sniping it. And there it goes.
Kill it! Kill it! Out of here.
Go ahead and take all of that and see if there's anything we missed.
Help me!
There is someone who didn't quite make it down here. I think we know why, since he's in the spire webs.
Help me! Help! Don't leave me for Arcade's sake.
And these little web sacks you can also get items out
Get
of,
me down! Get me down!
as well as the desecrated corpses. Taking everything we can before we head out. The urns, money usually, and potions. Egg sacks for spire eggs. Specifically the ones that are cracked open like this. And now we can deal with Crybaby over here.
Help!
You'll see why I call him that in a minute.
You!
Let's
Over here!
cut him down.
I'll let you live. This time. You fool. Why should I share the treasure with anyone?
And who saw that coming? So let's chase down Arvel. I mean, his friends were bandits. We probably should have realized he wasn't going to be our pal. There's another soul gem that would be attacking us if it was inserted properly. Thankfully it's not, so we'll take it with us. Empty urns. And let's continue after the Golden Claw Thief.
Don't like the looks of this.
And well, we noticed, but he just got taken out by some Draugrs. So let's return the favor. And stay moving
And now!
as we take him down. So not only does waiting an hour restore our stamina and magic, it also restores our health. So anytime we can sneak that in, make sure to sneak it in to save you on wasting items. And let's get the bow to see if there's any of these guys we can take down without having to fight them. Now if we check Arvel the Swift, we notice he's got a journal. Let's see what he wrote down. My fingers are trembling. The golden claw is finally in my hands, and with it the power of the ancient Nordic heroes. That fool Lucan Valerius had no idea that his favorite store decoration was actually the key to Bleakfalls Barrow. Now I just need to get to the Hall of Stories and unlock the door. The legend says there's a test that the Nords put in place to keep the unworthy away, but that when you have the golden claw, the solution is in the palm of your hands. Keep that in mind. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So let's take everything with us, including the golden claw. And this is probably the most obvious trap you'll ever see in Skyrim. There's a pressure plate and a swinging door of spikes. You hit the pressure plate, and they come to wipe you out. So let's dodge that, and proceed onward. Carefully. Now notice, some of these corpses don't look like the others. That's what the normal dead corpses look like, and that looks just like the Draugrs that we took out. So some of them are clearly playing possum. Take them out before they ever get a chance to do anything to you. Except, of course, this is a higher level Draugr. So let's return the favor and get him to stop with that magic nonsense. There we go. Wait an hour to restore health. And let's proceed. Now we are carrying too much. I figured we'd hit this point, drop everything we're not using. And let's let Faendal carry our burdens.
All right, what is it? What do you need? Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Okay, just take everything we dropped.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
There we go.
Okay,
and the war axe, and we should be good to continue.
Anything else?
Make sure you're not waiting. You're not waiting,
Lead
so
on.
let's go. Thank you. Unfortunately, that woke up the whole herd of them. And with that, we have already leveled up again. So, yet again, throw everything in magic. And now we should be able to upgrade our destruction so that we can dual wield. There we go. The reason this is so important is now we can have two of the same spell, and it will do significantly more damage. And that's especially good when we've got fire for the spiders and sparks for just about everything else. Be careful here, as you're definitely going to take a whack, because we don't have whirlwind sprint yet. And we want to pull the chain that's on the other side there to stop the blades. There we go. That way, if we have to backtrack, we don't have to worry about it. And actually, we want to switch these over to fire in both hands, because there is oil that we can use to our advantage, if you remember from the tutorial. So let's take out what we can, but keep in mind we do have oil we can use. And concentrated fire should make short work of these guys. Not worried about being overweight here because we can't run through this area anyway. Here's oil on the ground, so let's wake everyone up. And then retreat and lay them up. And anyone else who decides to be stupid enough to run in here, they can get it too. Take everything that's not nailed down. Proceed around the corner. And if you want to move relatively quickly while you're overweight, you can grab a bow, crouch like you're sneaking, draw the bow, and then you can still move quicker than you would otherwise while you're overweight. Okay, so we're clear of all these rooms. Let's go ahead and drop off everything to Faendal again. We did finally get a stronger bow. Hunting bow at 8, Ancient Nord at 9, so let's favorite that, equip it. Drop that. Ancient Nord Warhammer 22 versus our steel at 22. 25 weight, 26 weight, so our steel was better. And for the one-handed, let's see, ours is at 11. War axe is 10, sword is 9. So we are good with what we have. And we don't need the woodcutter's axe. Now, is any of this armor better than our own? Quick and easy way is just be watching that armor rating down there, red, and just quickly scroll through, see if anything turns green. Just the shield, so all of this is worse than what we have. All of it can be dropped.
I've got your back.
And
all right,
Faendal is our pack
What do you need?
mule for this playthrough,
Okay, got it.
so he
Okay,
can pick
got
up
it.
everything.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got
Keep
it.
clicking.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Okay, so Faendal is still able
Anything
to move.
else?
And we are back to 200 carry weight.
We heading out?
Follow me,
Let's get going.
and let's keep it moving. Run forward, and this time we have the dead coming out of the crypts. Careful with this one, he does have a two-handed weapon,
Damn you!
but he's no match against dual bows. Go ahead and grab our chest, whatever's in there is ours, and pull the chain for a quick way out. We're now in tight quarters, so let's switch back to our magic. Let's go sparks, since we don't have any oil here. And many playthroughs I missed this before, but yes, you can pick the glowing mushrooms. They're in this room. One of the earliest places in the game you can get them. More glowing mushrooms. And a chest with even more glowing mushrooms. Before we proceed, let's do a quick run through of our ingredients. Anything that says all unknown, go ahead and eat. That way it gets them out of our inventory, clears up a little bit of weight. So you want to make it to where everything that is in our ingredients has at least one effect. There we go.
Huh?
Go to our overlook, and there is a Draugr who is on his way to party. So let's be ready for him. And let's give him the Emperor Palpatine treatment. Zap. Take whatever they have, and let's continue on down. So we were just on top of the waterfall, where we are looking. But, even though the pathway does go straight ahead, you notice there is a side path that goes down to the base of the waterfall. Let's follow it real quick. What we see here is someone who went over the falls, as well as a skeever. Maybe the man was running from the skeever, wasn't looking where he was going, and just ran right off the falls. Because it looks like all he had on him was gold. Nothing directly under the falls. Oh, there's another person down here. And he literally broke apart. His hands are missing. Also just had gold on. So it looks like they were pursuing this locked chest because they never got unlocked. They must have been run off by the skeever who was chasing after them, and since they didn't have a weapon, they ran, either slipped or fell down here to their doom. So we'll pick up where they left off and go ahead and check out what's in the chests they were after. Just me. I'm sure if you asked them today, they would say it was definitely not worth it. Let's continue on. Now that we are almost at the end of Bleakfalls Barrow, this will lead us into an ambush. Take care of the Restless one because they are higher level and pack much larger of a punch. Faendal took care of it for us. Most of the Restless ones can use magic, so be careful. Here's a apprentice lockpick, so your window to open it is going to be even smaller. So just be cautious as you turn the key. It seems to be nowhere on the left side, so let's check the right. Nothing. Here we go. So further right than this. Slow. So we know it's over here somewhere. Let's go a little bit further. There it is. Water breathing. Scroll a dead zombie. Really good. And now we head to the Sanctum, the inner depths of Bleakfalls Barrow. We are almost to the end. Sprinting down our path, we could hear another of these
Don't like the looks of this.
swinging traps. But notice also up ahead we can see that there's also oil lamps, so we know we're gonna need some fire. Sprint through, pull wherever the switch is to show them off if we have to retreat. Take this joker out and want to ambush us, and let's see if we can coax all the arrows down here into our oil trap. Over here, guys.
I'll have your head.
And there you go. We got one of them with it.
What you want, huh?
There we go. Whatever they have is now ours. We are overweight, of course. Let's see if we can get even more stuff dropped so we don't have to keep dropping things every 2 seconds. So at this point we are pretty much just using magic and bows. So everything can go. For now. Everything that's not equipped can go. There's our problem. 5 iron shields. We only need 1.
I'm right behind. All right, what is it? What do you need?
And
Okay,
grab
got it.
everything.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Alright. Make
We
sure
heading
you're
out?
not waiting. Follow
Keep
me.
going.
And let's finish this thing up. Head to the top of the stairs. Grab any goodies along the way. Nothing back here. It's a little hard to see, but the fire can briefly light up the area in front of you. And here is the lock that Arvel's journal warned us about. Now, what did that journal specifically say again? On the second page, when you have the golden claw, the solution is in the palm of your hands. So, if we go and check the claw out, right here, you notice there is an option to zoom or rotate the item with the right analog stick. So if we look at the palm of the claw, we can see it looks like bear, insect, and owl. So we want bear on top, insect in the middle, owl on the bottom. Just like that, and throw in the claw. And we are on our way to the exit. This opens up to a really pretty room.
Wow. Would you look at that?
I know, it's unbelievable. So what do we have up here? We have a odd-looking wall with the picture of a dragon in the center. It's voices that are calling to us. Force, relenting force. So for now, we don't really know much about that. But here we are being attacked by what? A Draugr Overlord? Here is the boss of Bleakfalls Barrow.
I'm on your side.
Hit him with everything you've got. As Faendal takes a knee. And we will too if we're not careful. So let's use all the potions we've been hoarding up to this point to instantly restore our magic and health, and light him up. Wait for him to take a knee before we deal our final blow here. We'll do it with the bow, just to get more experience. There we go. With that dealt with, grab everything, but you notice he had a unique item on him. What is this? The Dragon Stone. This is why I opted to go to Bleakfalls Barrow before going to Whiterun, as the story wanted you to do. Because if you have the Dragon Stone in hand before going to Whiterun, it will save you having to backtrack. Faendal's back up after his humiliating defeat. We have potions, we have soul gems, and most importantly, we have the main chest of the dungeon. Whatever it is, take it all. Notice that sound. That sound is the sound we mentioned the other day. That lets us know we cleared the dungeon, or at least the boss of the dungeon. And you can see it on the world map here. Bleakfalls Barrow is cleared, and we did get a unique piece of armor. And that is Circlet of Mire Destruction, to make our destruction spells even stronger. It does unequip the helmet, but with how much magic we're using, let's keep it. And also, we have a necklace for Akatosh, which makes our magic restore 25% faster. Absolutely. So now we can hit harder and restore magic faster at the same time. Make our way up the stairs. hit the secret switch. This will spit us all the way back out to this room with another chest, mostly potions and money. Fancy wreath, but more importantly some flowers on an altar that we can use for alchemy. And where does this dump us out at? Right back outside. Let's return the claw and we will finally complete the mission for Bleakfalls Barrow and the Golden Claw. And this is why I did not want to do this run on survival, because now we don't have to make our way back, we can just fast travel to any place we've discovered previously. Currently up to level 4 and we are looking good so far. Faendal is weighed down with about 1,000,000 pounds of weapons and armor. And it is nighttime. We need it to be day, but instead of waiting, let's go back in the house that we're allowed into, Alvar's.
Make yourself at home.
See a dragon?
And let's sleep until the shop opens. That way we get our well-rested bonus, so that when we start selling everything, it will increase our
I hope I
speech
see you in
faster.
solitude.
Get out of here!
Good luck.
So now we're well-rested. Head out.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
Within reason. Absolutely. Back to Riverwood Trader, and let's return the claw.
Don't let my sister do anything foolish.
She wasn't with me, but I won't.
You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Anytime, Lucan. And with that, we complete the Golden Claw quest.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs. Thank you.
Anytime, you two. We will go ahead and cut the video here. With that, we will complete both the Lover's Quest over Camellia, gaining Faendal as our ally, and completing the Golden Claw with Bleakfalls Barrow while gaining the Dragonstone. In the next mission, we will go ahead offload everything that we took from Bleakfalls Barrow and finally make our way to Whiterun. We'll see you then.